All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makah HaKodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who were well. Citations to you, Akim out there pushing his truth with sincerity. Back with another lesson, hoping it's edifying to the elect. And shalom to you, few Aqua. Shalom to you, brothers out there on the highways and byways, boots on the ground. Yahweh, meaning he exists. Bahashem, meaning coming in the name of. Yahweh Shai, meaning he saves or he delivers, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai. All right. That's his true name. All right. Um, all right. So as you read here, I had the screen on here. It says Steven Spielberg says his new alien movie Disclosure Day will make Christians second guess their entire religion. All right. And as we understand, well, first and foremost, Steven Spielberg is a book writer and a movie director. He's directed all types of movies. I think he's directed that movie, The Mist, which he it was a line in there. It was talking about the Israelites and the end days, and I think that's a Steven Spielberg movie. But yeah, different movies he makes, you can tell that he has all these movie directors, movie guys. They have some type of insight on CIA and the CIA, how they look at things. They have biblical documents that they're looking at to align shit, and they can't understand because they don't have the thing. But these people put truth into the script, into their movies. And it's deep, man. It's deep. So that's this is pretty much in the news. I'm going through the spirit, going with the spirit, right? These people have Esau's beast system, which is Hollywood and everything. It has to go. So it's finna go on a level of you're gonna have this Project Blue Beam might come after this. His everything he has going on as a deception wise. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. All right. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right. So they're going to implement their Project Bluebeam and scare the people. And remember they came out with a movie. What is it? Key and Peele. They came out with that movie Nope with Kiki Palmer, and it was a chariot, a UFO in the sky, terrorizing people. But they're bringing truth, not truth, but they're utilizing their beast system, man. Right. This is what's going to come down the pipe on Esau's his second act on his circus. Let's call it Circus O Babylon. All right. And his next act is Disclosure Day with Steven Spielberg's attempt. All right. And we must be, with the deception that's coming, we must be in mind that it's finna get even more. If you don't see it now, some brothers feel it. I feel it, like in my household. You know, the weaker vessels. They're getting caught up into the deception because everybody's on their phones. The deception is working on a lot of people, and it's gonna be a lot of people changing up on you because they are fooled by the deception that's being spewed many different directions, especially these movies. All right. And it's coming real hard. And as Jake is not deceived, you become more of an enemy. All praises to Yahweh Shai is what it is. Many are called, few are chosen. It is what it is. All right. These things are it's getting there.
And I believe that everybody should watch this. It actually shows you how close we are to the end.
All right. Here's a video.
There's a movie called 2073, and I believe that everybody should watch this. It actually shows you how close we are to the end. Let me break it down.
Esau's Hollywood
So the
sends you. They send you messages.
right? So it starts out in the future.
So I'm gonna come back again, but
2073, and I believe that everybody should watch this. It actually shows.
yeah, Esau's Hollywood sends you messages on what's going on, the end. This is what I mean, but you got to be able to decode it. You know, straight up. But look, what they see in the corner, God in film. Boom. Chair.
How close we are to the end. Let me break it down. So the film is both documentary and fiction, right? So it starts out in the future. The year's 2073, and it takes place in New San Francisco, the capital of the Americas. The world is united, but freedom is gone, right? So it's a surveillance state. Everybody's being watched. Drones patrol the air. Like, it's pretty crazy. Truth can basically be whatever they want it to be, and the people that do speak the truth, they have to survive underground.
And I know he's kind of muffled, but the video, he said that the films, what they're surviving on the ground. If you see it, there's drones in the sky, but people are surviving underground. That's what he said. But look.
So this would be an exact representation of the beast system from Revelation, right? It's a global system built on control, surveillance, and dependence. And the craziest part of it all is that we'll just,
as you hear, he said, the control, surveillance. All right.
accept it because we're too distracted. Now, there's a lot of references to a tower that you see throughout here. Obviously, that represents the Tower of Babel, right? The Tower of Babel basically represents man trying to unite and basically overthrow God, right?
Look, and you know, next another thing, their data centers that they're planning, they're putting all over the place. That's their new Tower of Babel. That's their new. That's going to be the information centers that's going to be able to put in that heavy surveillance, and it's going to be they're implementing, man. They're that's what the data centers is about.
So that's what the beast system is. So the movie also does a great job of showing you exactly how we got to this moment, right? So it takes you through real moments and throughout world history. I mean, for example, you have the 2008 financial crisis.
The financial system is rocked to its foundation as
you have anti-Muslim massacres in India.
Whose only politics is his prejudice of Muslims.
Governments and corporations learning how to weaponize social media.
The game changer was the weaponization of social media.
And that part's crazy because people don't even realize how social media literally just feeds your reality, right? So what you see starts to become what you think is real. Half the stuff on there.
And that's happening right now. Like I was just speaking, man. You know, Jake can see it now. We can see if you're in the truth and you're in the know of what the Lord gave you, all right, the sermon and stuff like that. If you're in the know, then you're not deceived. That's why I said the scriptures say that paraphrasing, if the elect were to may be deceived, but this is deception. So the people around you are going to be deceived through their social media, weaponizing social media.
It's fake, and many people believe it. It also talks about how they're actually trying to make most of our food lab grown.
When she was a girl.
They already got all that stuff in the grocery stores. The meats and everything is lab grown. This is what's happening.
Played with other kids in the park.
Which is crazy because, like, lab grown food is literally demonic, right? Like, it's food.
Lab grown food is demonic.
That was created by man when God already made that food perfect. So it's like there's no point for us to even try and recreate it. But that's what demons do. It also touches on how Israel actually controlled Palestine through technology.
Israel has found a way to control millions and millions of Palestinians.
And it also says that that same surveillance technology Israel is ushering to other nations.
And Israel says...
So they've demonstrated genocide right in front of our eyes, and put a technocracy prison in Gaza. America, Babylon is part of it. Man, it's the Lord is justifying the judgment that's coming.
You want to have good relations with us, we sell you this amazing technology.
It also talks about Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg,
There's a new set of kings that nobody voted for.
and how these three men own companies that basically own all of our information. I am the reason OpenAI exists. And it also talks about Palantir and Peter Thiel. Corporations are underrated. So now, if you didn't know, right, Palantir, that name comes from Lord of the Rings, right? In the books, it was like the all-seeing stone. So now, what's ironic is Palantir is one of the biggest surveillance tech companies in the world, right? So it's named after the all-seeing stone, right? So now technology is basically becoming the all-seeing eye, and you guys know what that means. Now, the movie also mentions how a lot of these billionaires are building bunkers and secret places to get away from something.
Around trying to make toys that somehow fix things.
Yeah.
That's ironic because the people building these systems, right, they literally don't even trust the future that they're creating. Now, as dark as this movie gets, right, the Bible already told us that all of this would happen. Matthew 24, verse 12 says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that is the world in 2073, right? It's cold and control. But see, the Bible doesn't end with the beast winning, right? The very next verse of Matthew, verse 13, it says, but he that shall endure to the end shall be saved. I mean, in Revelation chapter 18, verse 2, we literally see Babylon has fallen. Babylon the Great has fallen. Every single corrupt kingdom falls, and every single tower of Babel crumbles. But see, no matter how powerful these systems get, right, they are still temporary. Christ is king. So there's no need to live in fear, because the real problem is not surveillance. It's losing your soul when the whole world tells you everything is normal.
Yep.
Follow God on film for more. But there's a
Gone,
movie
your
called
house shot.
2073, and I believe that everybody should.
We in June, and this is what we got going on. All right. We go through some precepts here. All right. Bear with me. Bring up this precept. Revelations 13. 13. All right. Revelations chapter 13. Let's go. And let's go to 12. And beheld another beast. Let's go to 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And that's the relation of Rome. All right, which is America, which is Babylon. It's their structure is similar to that, and that's the spiritual thing going on in the scriptures. Verse 14, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. All right. Okay, so that's why they have the Palantir, these technologies are going to make as if it's needed. It's a fourth industrial revolution. It's the new and improved. Let's get him on board. All right. He had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Because Rome fell, but it's Rome again, so it didn't actually fall. It's still here. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. His movies, his now social media, he's bringing life to the, he's bringing it. that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So we're going into this point where, if you don't conform to what they have going on, this new technocracy, pretty much the CHIP, the MOTB, then you won't be able to live and have a livelihood. That's what the Bill Gates, what she said, that there are kings that no one voted for. These people, this is what they got going on. All right. And that no man, okay, all right, 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And that's what they're moving to. They're moving 144. Kahalayim, Habashmal Shah, Rakatham, Rakatah. All right, Kahalayim. But yeah, the CHIPs, and they're trying to get everybody into, their trap. All right, technocracy, fourth industrial revolution. All right, and that no man might buy or sell, have he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. Here is the wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, and that's 666. All right. But this is what we know. This is the mystery that the Lord gave the prophets, his prophets. All right. His prophets, man. We know what's going on, but they will be able to deceive the people that don't have a clue, that don't care to have a clue. All right. This is what we got going. All right. And everybody's being deceived. If you don't see it, man, it's people being deceived right now as we speak. Through the social media, through everything, through this beast system, man. It's happening, man. It's freaky, but it's good to be up on the up and ups. Thanks to Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Thanks to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that we up on the up and ups, man. And we pray that the Lord protects us through all the deceptions. We pray that the Lord protects us from our family members and the people around us that are deceived. All right. Because look, evildoers and seducers, because that guy brought out, because iniquity of the bound, the love of many are waxing cold. But evil men and seducers are waxing worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So your people around you are being deceived. Even though you're the light, they avoid your light. All right. And rather listen to the deception. So brothers got to have circumspect and be careful, man, because this shit's getting real, man. It's getting there. It's getting there, man. All right. It's getting there. These people don't have a clue. People do not have a clue what the hell's going on. All right. It's all types of chaos. Look, just as soon as I open up my thing, it's chaos everywhere. Chaos everywhere. Brothers going through it, man. But take it cheerfully, man. Take it in cheer. Because we almost out of here. And I ain't even try to rhyme that.
The other day, I released a video on the angels being depicted in Europe as black, and a person commented underneath my post that if the other day, I released a video on the angels being depicted in Europe as black, and a person commented underneath my post that if Jesus was black, then heaven would be a ghetto. And the ignorance of this comment alone reminded me that the Warner's brothers also released a cartoon called Clean Pastures. And in this cartoon, they depicted the angels as black and docile. God is black and docile and incompetent. They also...
ain't that something? All right. This is what they do. All right. That's why Yahweh Shah has to come back and fuck them up, man. Because how the fuck, And to speak on that, ghetto is where the Jews dwell. That's what that means. And the real real Jews, Judah, tribe of Judah, is the so-called black Americans in this America here. All right. It's 12 tribes. All right. So it's dwelled with, speaking of that. But These people are backwards. It's fucked up.
Depicted street teachers as incompetent and dociles with their signs. Instead of calling heaven paradise, they call it a pair of dice. So to clear up any confusion, I'm going to show you that Jesus historically was not a white man. This is probably one of the most popular representations of Christ that you've seen. And what makes this picture in particular special is that it was made during the Byzantium period. This is my first source, the icon, the Byzantine tradition in Europe. Now look at this image. This is the same image that I showed you earlier. This is my next source, the birth of the Middle Ages. And I quote, iconoclasts whitewashing the image of Christ, 19th century. This was also during the Byzantine period. Now let's go back to the book Icon. Icons existed not only as panel paintings, but also as frescoes and wall mosaics, some which have emerged from layers of whitewash. In order to whitewash something, something would already have to have been of color.
Yep. And that's what's going on, man. Esau still using this deception from ancient to now. All right. Now they have the technology to just create AI to do this shit. Matthew chapter 5, verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of heaven. All right. And that's what we got our eyes on, the kingdom of heaven, man. We see the treachery is going on, man. The treachery. That's why we got to put the whole armor on. We see the daggers that's coming from here and there, man. You know, we see it. We see the wiles of the devil being implemented. And if you are a person that's not of faith of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, man, you will be scared because it's some scary shit, man. It's some real life scary shit. This ain't no fucking movie. It's real. But you know that our power, Yahweh Shai, got us, man, regardless. If we are in our place, when we are in place, we got to be in pocket. All right. Acceptable men. All right. This beast system ain't shit, because the Bible says it's finna fall. All right, they're gonna attempt, but it's gonna fall. But we got to be in pocket, you know. We got to be in pocket, man. And don't be deceived. And just know the people around you are being deceived, so they gonna turn on you. Mother, brother, not brother in the truth, but you know, brother that's not in the truth, worldly brother, father that's not in the truth. All these people, kids. You got to be prepared, man. It's finna be strong division going on. The Lord's prophecy is happening. It's finna happen. But with that, we give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kahakwadash. Hope the elect was edified. Until next time, Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, Abad Babal.